Big crowds in here, warm, sunny conditions, terrific atmosphere, and of course great racing all day, culminating in the 1999 Magic Millions. Official dividends are on screen now for the third race just decided. Favourite home, number 1 Pluie, paid $2.75 and $1.60 in Queensland. 11 Step Sprightly, $5.05. 6 Rash Action, third $1.65. They're the Queensland divs, New South Wales Super Tab divs there on the screen as well, and Quinellas and trifectas. We're going down to the mounting yard now. Max Presnell is with trainer Billy Mitchell. He's got Lavina Bay in the Magic Millions later this afternoon.
Bill Mitchell has Love Your Wife in the next race, and a 2-year-old who looks like being the certain favourite, Lavina Bay in the Magic Millions. Bill, Love Your Wife didn't make the Magic Millions, but you gave him some sort of a hope.
Yes, we ran into a pretty tough filly at Warwick Farm, Sally's Magic, and she was just a bit fit for him. He was first up, so she got the edge over him that day, and she's probably not hopeless in the Magic Million either, but he's a very fast horse. The 1,200 metres a day will be interesting. But I think he'll run it out and he'll race well.
You got a gear change?
Yeah, I put a tongue tie on him and glue on shoes. He was just a little bit uncomfortable in the nail-on shoes. So we went to the glue-ons, and we also tied his tongue because when Lenny rode him the other day, he thought he was just gurgling a bit at, at the top of the straight and let his breath go when he went past the winning post. So may have just, been the difference between winning and losing.
Lavina Bay in the big one?
Lavina Bay's done well. She's come through. She was disappointing last start. She hit the crossing and jarred up, and she's gone ahead well since then. She's come through a couple of pretty solid gallops, and we're quite happy with her, but she looks like she's in pretty deep.
Best of luck today, Bill.
Thanks, Max.
Bill Mitchell, trainer of Lavina Bay and Love Your Wife in the next event. And Love Your Wife, as I said before, will be a short-priced favourite.
Yes, certainly will, Max Presnell, and I think there's no doubt will get the money. One big-name trainer that doesn't have a runner in the Magic Millions here today is Gai Waterhouse. She bought 23 yearlings at the sales last year and didn't qualify to run one in today's race. That's the way it happens in thoroughbred racing sometimes. Gay's got 4 or 5 horses that might well have qualified to run, but they were just out of sorts, out of form, or not ready at this stage. Of course, there's no bigger personality in the game at the moment than Gai Waterhouse, daughter of the legendary T.J. Smith, and Gai now herself somewhat of a legend. And whenever she's at the track, you can bet your life that things are going to be happening. We were there with her to capture the horse trainer who's got, has been and will continue to be for many years such a plus for thoroughbred racing.
I enjoy very much what I do. I love working with the horses. I enjoy working with the people in racing.
When you see Gai Waterhouse walk onto the Randwick racecourse at first light, you see urgency, a hunger, and a passion just to be there.
You go the inside, Andre.
What's Greg done?
Well, I certainly observe the horses very, very closely, and I make myself work under pressure and be able to see their characteristics. There's a little minx this horse Steve's on.
Working the horses is the name of the game. And with 80 thoroughbreds in training, Gai's memory and eye for detail need to be razor sharp.
Juggler, make me famous. Alcino sprinkles.
Make me famous as well.
Gai's the general. Her mind electric.
When she comes in. Mark, the final furlong, your filly, just click her up, OK? Shane, can you go the 1.25 miles, please? Andre, you're with this gentleman over there.
Her energy boundless.
No. Shane. You're going 1/2, 3/4. Yeah, Matt. There's great communication, not only with the foreman and the staff and myself, but also with our owners. That's what I try to make it. I try to make it that people who have horses with us really do enjoy it, really get part of it.
And when they turn for home, it's no secret. Gai's already won the Australian Racing Personality of the Year.
It's the excitement of winning races. That's what it's all about.
Nothing like a Dana's the leader.
1995 was a spectacular year for Gai Waterhouse. She trained the winner of the Victoria Derby, Nothing Like a Dane.
Nothing Like a Dane wins the Derby.
Amazing scenes as Gai celebrated in the stands with co-owner Helen Dalton. She played to the crowd, but there was a lot more to come as she raced out from the mounting yard to greet Nothing Like a Dane. Gai, what a feeling.
Well, it's exactly, what a feeling. It's fantastic.
In 95 and 96, Gai won the Australian Trainers' Premiership, including the most Group 1 winners and over 100 Metropolitan winners. Only the third trainer in history to achieve this feat.
I've been the leading Randwick trainer for the last 4 years. You know, when you get to a certain level in racing or in any sport, you like to stay at it.
Last year's Metropolitan was another success for Gai. Her horse, Enjoyment, jumping out of the ground to win.
Here's Doremus and Enjoyment after Josh Sticks. Enjoyment burst through. Is it another Metrop for Gai? It is. Enjoyment's racing away.
She's come from being a pig's ear into a silk purse in a matter of a few months. But that's the exciting thing about training horses. They can do that complete turnaround.
But as the shadows closed in on 1998, Gai lost her famous father, T.J. Smith, the doyen of Australian horse trainers.
Well, Dad was just a phenomenon in racing. He was a man that achieved every goal that most of us dream about. How do you find someone who trains 33 consecutive premierships? It's unheard of. It's never been done in the world. They won't do it here, and I won't do it. But I'll do plenty on the racetrack, and you just keep forging forward. Jump on Romany, please. That's Mark. Take him for a trot, please. You'll never learn anything. Take him for a trot.
Now Gai is once again focused on doing what she does best, training winners, and it all begins at sunup, day in, day out.
Doesn't he look good? Holy Grail.
These have been pre-trained at Missy Race.
Okay, they can go 3/3/4. You put Shane on the outside. 70 horses or more go past us in the centre that I train, and in that time, in that hour and a half to 2 hours, you have to really see the fault, the horse that's not coping with the pressure of his training, and also the horse that's improving. Pat. Charlotte, give Philly a pat. That's it. Give her a pat. That's it. And just push up your irons.
It's all about attracting publicity, and Gai attracts publicity. She's an outstanding trainer. What she's done in probably 6 or 7 years is more than any other trainer in the history. Even Tommy's never done what Gai did.
Hang on, Shane. You can go with Andre Gillette. Lead him off, Matt, please.
She's been fantastic for racing. You know, she's added a new dimension, new profile to racing, and I think it does racing good to have a woman successful in the game too.
Oh, Gai's just got so much energy. She's got a real feel for the horse too. You know, Gai can sit down and have a look at a horse, and you know, without even probably knowing how long it's been in work, what it's been up to, Gai could sort of say, oh well, this is what it's going to do. You know, Gai's just got a really good feel for it.
I just need to see High Wire trotting around if I can. Hasn't he strengthened up, Mark?
Larry Cassidy on Secret Savings for the Doncaster.
The power and the glory that is Gai Waterhouse is easy to see and easy to listen to.
Constantly trying to achieve the ultimate, which is winning at group level. So that's what drives you forward, to get that success in the stable.
And Gai doesn't have a runner in the Magic Millions this afternoon, but she was one of the big spenders at the first night of the yearling sales last night. So was John Singleton, with over $600,000 outlaid, one of the owners. But race 4 on the program now is the Marina Mirage Super Added Stakes Handicap over 1,200 metres. And the scratchings in this event, Max, are 5, 10 and 14.
Well, Love Your Wife, as anticipated, is very, very short on the Queensland TAB from $1.50 into $1.35. Should win, but one wonders whether it's a betting proposition at those odds. Nothing is being backed at this stage seriously to beat the favourite, Royal Solitaire, to be ridden by John Marshall, $8.35 out to 11. That's probably just an instinct action, but I would say the betting, certainly at early stages, is very much in favour of the favourite.
Yes, well, Love Your Wife has the chance of the consolation after missing out on the start in the Magic Millions, Pat. This should be her race.
The only one in really commission is Love Your Wife, Wayne, is that it's a red-hot favourite, and I mean red-hot favourite in every sense of the word.
It's around the same in the ring as it is on the tote, so very hard to find one that'll beat it. So what we're going to do is take some trifectas. 2 is the banker with 1, 8, 9, 11. Try to find a bit of value, but I do think the favourite will win.
We're putting $5 on that to the banker with 1, 8, 9 and 11. That has cost us $60, and I might add, congratulations, Pluie got the money. So the charity fund is in front to the tune of about $115 at this stage.
It's about time we got to the front. As I said, we'll be announcing a bit later on what the charity is and who we'll be handing the money to if we've got something left.
I tell you what, you were very excited down here too when Pluie got home.
I rode it hard.
Take a break, back with more on Magic Millions Day 99.
Woo-hoo, yeah. When I'm sitting home and I'm all alone.
Welcome back to Honda Magic Millions Day on the Gold Coast. Great racing, but of course that's not all. It is the highlight of the holiday season here on the Gold Coast, the highlight of the social season, and the highlight of fashion. And we're going to Melissa Downs right now to check on some of the fabulous fashions from Marina Mirage.
Thanks, Gary. I'm actually here in the Veuve Clicquot marquee. Things are definitely hotting up, both with the sun and the fashion. I have with me Kim Carr, who is the State Manager of Covers. Kim's also going to tell us a little bit about Marina Mirage. Now, for those who haven't been to Marina Mirage, what is it about?
The Marina Mirage is the Sheraton Hotel combined with the most fabulous shopping centre in Australia. Clients actually tell us that it is the best in the world. The beauty of the Marina Mirage is that the hotel situated on the beach, you cross the bridge, and the boutiques are out over the Broadwater, the fabulous Gold Coast Broadwater.
Now, we have 65 boutiques within Marina Mirage, don't we?
Not forgetting the restaurants, which are all featured down along the water. As you're driving south on the Gold Coast, you look over to the Marina Mirage and you see the sails. I think they're known for their sails.
Yes, it's very distinctive. Well, now, of some of the stores, we've got a little selection here today. We're going to have a look at our first outfit. Now, this is fairly furry, I think.
This is Ruth. Ruth's wearing a garment from the Janine Edwards boutique. Janine Edwards is on the level 1, and you've just got to feel this garment. It is a winter garment, which is perfect for the Gold Coast. It is so soft for the viewers out there. It is Angora, and this is from the Marina Mirage boutique, Janine Edwards.
Okay, now our next one, this also looks fairly wintry, a little bit hot for today, I think.
Oh yes, but we do get winter in Queensland. It just comes a little bit later and for not as long. This outfit is from the Versace boutique, V2, and this is a Versace outfit. It's a pony skin, fake of course, a pony skin skirt and jacket, which these days you just tie it around, and this is from the fabulous Versace boutique, V2, up on level 1.
Okay, excellent. Now, leopard, this is a bit jungle-ish.
Ocelot never goes out of fashion. These days it's a very important piece in your home and your wear. This is a Moschino outfit from the Miss V boutique. And the Miss V boutique is just a little bit up from the Versace boutique. A lot of boutiques we're showing you here today are from level 1.
Okay. Now, Kim, I'll keep you on this side so that we have the microphone on the one side. If you can turn around here. Tell me, what about this outfit?
This is from Pierre Pradal. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And this weight is one of those weights that you can wear summer and winter. I think she's very clever with her design.
And very bright colours. Is that the colour coming in this season?
Well, one beauty of the Gold Coast ladies wear colour.
And obviously another bright one here.
This is Kokorika. Kokorika is a very interesting little shop. They're down on level 1 and they do a lot of resort, a lot of relaxed lifestyle wear. This is just beautiful.
It is. Now our next outfit, again, fairly wintry, fairly hot for today's outing.
Very hot and very wintry. Great swing coat. This is from Versace as well. No, sorry, this is Casa Guardi. We're wearing an Emmanuel dress. Guardi, the Guardi boutique.
We're going to have a quick look at our next outfit here. We're running out of time, so we want to get everyone in. This is Covers, I know that label.
Yes, this is a Covers label, just hot off the press, delivered into the stores this week, wearing an Elizabeth R hat.
And our gentleman?
Our gentleman's wearing Alfred Dunhill.
Okay, now of course Magic Millions, the social events don't end today. Tomorrow night is the finale, and that's at Marina Mirage, isn't it?
Yes, it's the white night of magic, so do wear your white and come along, and you just book in the restaurants and they've got bands and all sorts of things happening, so come along.
Sounds like a fantastic night. Back to you, Wilco.
Sure does. Thank you, Melissa. Susie Lightfoot ravishing in red. How many punters do you reckon would like to change the result of a race? I'd love to on plenty of occasions. They don't pay for first, second and fourth in the trifecta, but none of us can. Well, the only people that can are the stewards, but their job entails a lot more than just that. Wayne Harris caught up with the Gold Coast chief steward, Steve Railton, to find out what else the policemen of the turf do.
Steve, you've got quite a hard job, a thankless job at times. What is exactly the steward's duties?
Wayne, I suppose our role is much like the policeman of the racecourse. We arrive very early on race day. If it necessitates a track inspection, as you're aware, we have to be here early in the morning. But from the time the races start, we're usually here 2 to 3 hours before the first race, and a fair amount of preparation goes into the meeting to ensure that all runners are eligible and the jockeys are licensed and there's no problems there. Horses arrive on course here at the Metropolitan meeting 2 hours prior, so there's pre-race testing occurs. Horses are here and there are quite a number blood tested at random. And I suppose as the first race draws closer, we then concentrate on race day matters such as, race to race where the stewards are out around the track and observing the races in general.
On a big day like today, Magic Million Day, what special preparation do you put into warning the jockeys about suspensions, fines, things like that?
We may take an opportunity just to speak to the jockeys as a group, Wayne, but I'm not one for sort of going into that too much. Maybe just a reminder, because it does, if the race is spoilt by interference, it affects a lot of people. The club connections who have probably 12 months ago set a horse for this particular race, the big prize money. But as you would know, most of the riders that ride in these races are guys that ride in $1 million races pretty frequently now. It's not out of the norm, so it's pretty much a run of the day for them riding in these big prize money races, and by and large they do the right thing.
Yeah, the jockeys, as you say, they've all ridden in big races before, but would you warn them that the suspensions or the consequences could be doubled?
Yeah, usually as the stakes go up, the penalties may. Standard suspension here now would be 8 meetings, which would probably run over 2 weeks, but I would think that if anybody rides in such a fashion to cause interference and rides carelessly, well, they may be looking at somewhat more than a couple of weeks on the sidelines.
What about swabs and things like that? How far do you have to push that?
Well, the integrity of the industry, being a gambling medium, obviously it's important that people have confidence to be able to bet on the horses and have confidence that there's no drug infringements, and we test fairly stringently. I would suggest today that more than 50% of horses will be tested when they arrive on course, blood tested, and the results of those will be known to the stewards before the horses go out onto the track. So everybody's interest is protected there. And then post-race, every winner's drug tested, and the bigger prize money races we usually test other place getters, and if a horse runs below expectations, we may well test that horse if it runs below expectation without any logical explanation.
Well, Steve, without me competing, I hope you have a trouble-free day.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
Thanks Steve.
Mate.
The stewards keeping everything on the up and up. Listen, one thing we haven't mentioned is how horses qualify for the Magic Millions. They've got to come through the Magic Millions sale.
Yes, they do. They have to have actually been sold at the Magic Millions sale the year before. So they have to qualify in races everywhere in Australia, and the ones with the most prize money get to run in the race. So it takes a little while to qualify them, but you have to buy them at the sale.
Right. We highlight the big prices that some of the horses fetch at the sales, but you don't have to pay big prices.
No, you don't. In fact, there's a couple of runners today, and I've got them in front of me, we've got today Lizophony only cost $20,000, and Testarossa, the favourite, only $45,000. So don't have to be a millionaire.
No, and they're racing for $1 million this afternoon.
A heap of money, and I tell you, I'd like to have some of it.
Listen, the upcoming race, what are you going to tip here?
Well, I think I've got to go with Love Your Wife. I think that's the good tip and good advice as well.
Yeah,
if you
exactly.
stick with it, so Love Your Wife for me, and I think probably hardest to beat Forging's Lad.
All right, okay, that's 2 to beat 1. I'm going to tip number 4 each way, La Joule. I think Love Your Wife will win, but I like a little bit of value for my money. Listen, this is just the start of a hectic couple of weeks here on 7 Sport. We've got Magic Millions today. Tomorrow, the 1999 Adidas International Tennis kicks off at White City. 7 fabulous days of tennis, the world's best men and women players competing there. And at the same time, during the week, commencing on Wednesday night, we'll have coverage of the Colonial Classic from Kooyong. That's Wednesday through Saturday, 13th to the 16th. And all this, of course, is leading into the Australian Open Tennis Championships commencing at Melbourne Park on Monday, January 18th. First Grand Slam of 99, fabulous tournament, 14 days of sensational tennis live and exclusive to the 7 Network. Sports World, I should remind you, with Bruce McAvaney, returns on January 31, Sunday, January 31. Mark it down in your calendar. That's the last day, in fact, of the Australian Open Tennis Championships. And big golf returns to 7 with the Greg Norman International Golf Tournament at the Lakes in Sydney, February 4 through 7. And then, of course, the tradition continues with the Ericsson Masters Golf at Huntingdale, February 11 through 14. A crowded program, but a great one on 7 Sport over the next few weeks. Horses are parading for the 4th race on the program here at the Gold Coast Turf Club on Magic Millions Day. We'll be back to take a look at them after this break. It is just a sensational day on the Queensland Gold Coast and a sensational day of racing. The 1999 Magic Millions. Horses on their way to the barrier for the fourth race on the program, and this is the Marina Mirage Handicap for 2-year-olds. Kind of a Magic Millions consolation. A number of these runners were entered for the big race and didn't quite get there. We've got one more jockey change to give you for this race, and it's on number 11, Black Tuscany. C. Brown, is that Corey?
Brown.
Yeah,
Yep.
Corey Brown.
Yep.
Corey Brown on number 11 in this race. The heat has been playing havoc with a few things here today, but not with Gordon Bray or Max Presnell. They are right on the ball in the mounting yard.
Look, we have a lovely big parasol here, Gary, and we're sheltered from the searing heat. Some of the other race goers aren't quite so lucky, but race 4, so we're just 3 races away now from the big one, the Honda Magic Millions for 2-year-olds. But the scratchings in this 4th event are 5, 10 and 14. And Love Your Wife, the 2-year-old colt, is the hot pot here, Max.
Yes, certainly at a searing price, Gordon. Love Your Wife has eased slightly, but only from $1.40 to $1.60. I don't think we're going to get rich on that. Love Your Wife has drawn the 1 gate. I think that's vital, and gets a triple T rating here, trim, taut and terrific. Love Your Wife, but that barrier one, that just adds more enthusiasm to his prospects. Just going to the second page, Royal Solitaire is in from 10s to $8.70, ridden by John Marshall. A little specking, but Love Your Wife has monopolised the betting from the tote point of view anyway, as far as the upcoming race is concerned.
Well, Max, we have about 4 minutes to this 4th race on the program, and a very big crowd in here, building up to about 15,000. But looking at our market movers now, we see that Love Your Wife is at prohibitive odds on, and some money for Forging's Lad.
Yeah, Forging's Lad looks very fit, in from 11s to $7.80. Very fit, a lot of bone and muscle there, but I wonder whether Forging's Lad might have the quality of Love Your Wife.
We've talked about value, and Wilco and Richard were talking about value yearlings. What about Snippets in the first race in 1987? $22,000. So there is an opportunity for the battler, isn't there?
Yeah, as far as the Magic Millions are concerned, though, Gordon, the best price range seems to be around about the $40,000 to $60,000. And, of course, today's favourite cost only $45,000 Testarossa. So you don't have to go and spend $200,000 or $300,000 to get a top yearling at the Magic Millions. Of course, if you do spend that sort of price, you'll certainly get one with excellent breeding credentials.
Well, let's see if we can get some inside oil now from the betting ring. Pat.
Well, really, Love Your Wife has stifled betting on this race, and it still remains in the red with the bookmakers and obviously on the tote. And the tote is indicating that Forging's Lad, number 1, His Legacy and Royal Solitaire are the only other 3 in the race that the punters are mildly interested in, Wayne.
Forging's Lad, number 1, it's a little bit, it's a bit shorter in the ring, a little bit of money for him, but it just hasn't changed. Love Your Wife, that's the only one that they've really kept safe.
Australian Rugby League Test skipper Alan Langer just wandering by, and I think he might be having a little each-way investment on Forging Lad. But that's how we're standing at the moment, because Pluie got the money, and we're back in front with 615. We've invested 60 on this race, and a trifecta with Love Your Wife as the banker, 1, 8, 9 and 11, the other selections, and they're the ones we want to run a place. But we need the favourite on camera right now, Love Your Wife, to win this one, to start us off, or keep us rolling on our winning ways.
Thank you very much, Paddy Welsh there in the betting ring. Horses now behind the barrier in preparation for this 4th race, the 1,200-metre barrier. And as the camera panned across there, I saw resplendent Neil Williams. The heat's been playing a little bit of havoc with our communications gear over there, but let's try it again. Neil, how's it looking?
Yes, Wilco, all's well here. The horse is absolutely looking in mint condition. The top weight looks extremely fit, and Love Your Wife, the horse, he just looks in peak condition. I'd say he's the one to beat, and from here, there's no bookmakers around here, but he's the one I'd like to be having something on.
Neil Williams, home between riding stints in Mauritius and India at the moment, and doing a job for us here today at the Magic Millions Day. Let's take a look at the course map. 1,200-metre start.
Up the chute there, as you can see, not much of a run to the first corner, and I think this is going to be a big advantage for Love Your Wife, who's drawn the number 1 alley, so she gets to jump straight onto the fence there. He does, and gets to jump straight on the fence and gets first use of the corner. They then go down the side of the track, and then about a 400-metre run into the finish, and you really want to be in position by the time you straighten up, Wilco.
Still very skinny odds. Number 2, Love Your Wife, the favourite. Just a nibble for the top weight Forgings Lad and a little bit of money. Oh, Forgings Lad, now a bit more money coming in, and he's shortened into about 670 on the tote, and a bit of a nibble for his Legacy and Royal Solitaire. So
as you can see, this is Love Your Wife just going into the gate now, and just jacking up a little bit there, not keen to go in, but often you get this with young horses. They're a little frightened, and you know, when they're young and they haven't had much experience at the gates, it's a pretty frightening thing. But those barrier attendants, their job, they do a fantastic job, and you can see them just pushing Love Your Wife around, and you can bet that they'll get Love Your Wife in the gates very soon.
Being a bit stubborn about it, let's take a look at those market movers again. Just easing a fraction on the tote Love Your Wife, but still odds on $1.60 on the Queensland TAB. Forgings Lad, as I said, there's been a bit of money for it now to $6.40, and just a little bit of a nibble for number 8, His Legacy, and also for number 9, Royal Sapphire. Black Tuscany, very long odds, and you can write your own ticket about the rest of them. But Love Your Wife now in the barrier, and they're locked away as we join Wayne Wilson for his call.
Mandolin Rain coming up towards the gates. Mandolin Rain goes in. Forgings Lad joining them. Royal Solitaire about to take up his position. Sir Raymondo and Satiro will be the last two. Love Your Wife has got blistering barrier speed. He'll go quickly out of the gates. He's expected to lead and to take plenty of running down. He is the favourite for the race on the Queensland TAB. He shows $1.60 and $1.20. His Satiro coming up towards his position. Okay, Satiro moving in. That's the Magic Millions start over there. That's where they'll jump from in the big $1 million race, the Honda Magic Millions this afternoon. Working on Satiro, bringing him up a little bit closer. Love Your Wife has the inside alley. He's by one of the Boom sires in De Hare, who is a champion 2-year-old in the United States, having won Group 1 races at Belmont and Saratoga. He won the Champagne and he won the Hopeful. And he's got a big reputation, one of the leading freshman sires in the United States at the moment, and doing a pretty good job here in Australia as well. Now they're getting behind Satiro, trying to push Satiro up into line. He hasn't been loaded as yet. Shadai stands up well. Shadai carrying the Super Curious jacket. For those interstaters, Curious, Super Curious is our big breeding scheme that we've got going here in Queensland. We pump about $4 million a year into the Super Curious scheme. And we've got added stakes on 2-year-old racing and 3-year-old racing. $4 million, it's a bit of money. Now they're working on Satiro. They're trying to just give him a little bit of encouragement to get him into the line, taking it easy up front and giving him plenty of push from behind. They've secured him now. The gate is snapped shut and the jockey climbing back aboard. They're ready to go. All set. We're up to race number 4 on Magic Millions Day. And there is the starter, Mr. Fanning, going over to the platform. He's the man that has prepared this track for this great day of racing today. And what a job he's done. They're set. Love Your Wife with Beasley low in the saddle, gate 1. They're racing, and Love Your Wife came out of the gates very quickly. He's the leader. Going forward, Black Tuscany and Satiro showing speed in the early part. It looks as though Beasley's looking to trail on Love Your Wife. Satiro's going very quickly and into the first bend. Satiro